last class, what we have seen is the media market systems, market structures, and various media things. It will help to learn about the technicalities and terminologies involved in media economics. And today, the class is about audience measurement, understanding media costs, and certain terminologies and techniques that are used in the media industry for the purpose of media management and as well as media economics. After the completion of this session, be able to know about media vehicle and advertising unit and various concepts that underlie media advertising and the various audience measures like GRP and TAI. This gross rating points and total audience impressions and media cost comparisons. So these are the basic fundamental foundations and the terminology techniques one should know before getting into the economics of any business or particularly media as a business. Once you understand the various media market systems and their specific strategies, we have to deal with the media for specific tactics because each and every media has its own distinctive features and it has its own distinctive characteristics where it can be used as a specific tactics to perform. So it can be magazines, newspapers, broadcast programs, websites, or other media vehicles. So each media has its own language. Nevertheless, there are some terms that are common to most, and when you take it, each media has its own language. To understand how any business operates, you must know the language of that business. This is also for media business also. By knowing the terms and concepts of media, you can contribute your own idea and precepts for the particular business. So here it's a simple and direct language and the basic terms that are used in advertising and media planning. So just to know the language of a media business, various terminologies, terms used in media. So the first we will start with the term media. What is media? Media as a business is are go-betweens, the facilitators that make it possible to deliver an advertising message. If you see this media term in the perspective of a manager or a business, media is a go-between the facilitators that make it possible to deliver your advertising message. Media is plural and the singular is medium. A single media outlet such as a magazine or a broadcast network or a radio station or a newspaper is called as media vehicle. Okay, I am repeating. A single media outlet such as magazines, newspapers, radio stations or any broadcast network is called as a media vehicle. And the specification of the individual advertisement or the advertising unit. For example, if you're selecting a vehicle that is a magazine or newspaper, it's your vehicle and might be your a full page of four color bleed advertisement or a full page advertisement or a 30-second commercial that becomes your advertising unit. So media vehicle, so with the media vehicle we can define our advertising unit. So media, any media outlet, magazine, broadcast, radio station, broadcast channel, newspaper, websites are media vehicle that is used to deliver the advertising message. And this Advertisements specification of any individual advertisement is known as the advertising unit. For magazines and newspapers, the printing, which, uh, which tell the color information and the size and color of the advertisements. For commercials, visual, for television commercials, visuals and audio, and the length, and even for radio, the length of the internet, so the size and space. So with this introduction, we will move to the know about the five basic concepts that underlie in most advertising agency or any media management industry. So these are the very five basic important things one should know to get into the economics part of business part of media. So the five things are reach, frequency, impact, continuity, and recency. So one have to master these five basic terms because they are used commonly and serve as a foundation for what happens in advertising and media planning. So let me start with the first item, first concept, reach. There are two kinds of reach, numerical and percentage. Numerical reach is the number of persons to whom your advertising will be communicated. So it's a number of persons to whom your advertising will be communicated. The persons will be households, adult women, that is your target population happens to be. So numerical reach is usually rounded off like 8 million male teens or 2.5 million households. Percentage reach is the percentage of all the persons you will reach with your campaign. Excuse me, hold on. Sorry, students. Okay. Yeah. What we are saying is the reach. So there are two kinds of reach: numerical reach and percentage. Numerical reach is the number of persons to whom your advertising will be communicated. Number of persons like adult women, households, or whatever your target population happens to be. And 8 million male teens or 2.5 million households. So this is my reach for my media program or the advertising. And the percentage reach is just the percentage of all the persons. Again, like households, male teens, working women, or adult women, or whatever your target, you will reach with your campaign. So the percentage reach is percentage of all the persons. For example, if there are 35 million college students in the country, then you reach 10 million of them. 35 billion, then you are reaching 10 million means you are reaching about 28.6% of them. So we can denote the reach in terms of numerics and as well as the percentage with reference to the total population or the total targeted population. Just 2.5 million households are 28.6 percentage of the college students. So because percentage which is rounded to the nearest integer, like you can use it as 29% reach in this case. So reach is often abbreviated as R, capital R, in tables and informal reports. The second one is the frequency, and the basic concept is the frequency. So there are two kinds of frequency with reference to advertising any media: frequency of insertion and frequency of exposure. So frequency of insertion describe the number of times your advertisement appears in the media. So that is how many times your advertisement appears in the media. That is insertion, inserted. Frequency, mostly the frequency is described on a per week basis rather than the frequency per year. The frequency duration during the course of campaign, they used to mention it in per week. So insertion, inserting the advertising. So you might be running an advertising for 25 times per week on a radio station or broadcast channel during the your 12-week campaign. So just because you run advertising insertions frequently does not mean that audience will see or hear your advertisement every time it runs. As you mentioned, no? It is just how many times it has been screened. So how many times you have inserted your advertising or your message on the screen. 25 times per week for 12-week campaign. So it is like does not mean that audience will see or hear your advertising every time it runs. If you have a frequency of insertion of 25 times per week, the average audience member will see or hear that advertisements only 3 or 4 times each week. So which could be your frequency of exposure. So how many times they have seen or heard your advertising is known as the frequency of exposure. Frequency of insertion is what we are programming, and what we have planned to do is the frequency of insertion, and how many times they have seen or heard becomes the frequency of exposure. So frequency is often abbreviated F, capital F, in informal plans and ta- tables, because no single week may be completely representative or average. So we have to count up a frequency over a 4 week. So then divide the figure by 4. So that's why taking the weekly average. So the week average is higher than the lower average if you take it in for a single week. Very clear. Frequency of insertion and frequency of exposure is mentioned as capital F. Impact. So the impact that an advertisement has on the audience is the result of number of factors which relate to the message. So impact is the concept, impact which is directly related to the message, like your headlines, your illustrations, designs, and your body copy of the message or any visual or audio element. So the impact concept directly related to the message of your media advertising. So media contribution to impact comes from the size of a print advertisement, print ad, or length of a broadcast commercial, or any use of any color which is related to the message. So these advertising unit, as mentioned here earlier, the medical and unit, the specific advertisement information is known as the advertising unit. So here the impact can be determined by the advertising unit of the message, size of the ad, color used, and the length of the broadcast commercial. So these advertising unit specification define the impact which is derived from the media portion of the campaign. The impact is totally not to do any with the audience or thing, is related to the message. And continuity. Continuity involves scheduling of advertisement. If you want to plan a pattern of your advertising so that the subsequent messages to build the top of the gains made by previous insertions. So some companies, they used to plan a subsequent delivery of advertisings. Okay, they won't produce a single advertisement where it has been frequently shown to the audience. They create some 2, 3, or 4, 5 advertisements, and they used to put it in a subsequent way. So that is what they call it as pattern of advertising. That is, continuity is scheduling your advertising. If the advertisements are scheduled too far apart, then you will be starting with each new ad because the audience has forgotten what you said in the previous advertisement. So the previous advertisement should carry the message. So if you can notice some of the advertisements or some of the which are related to launching of a new product, where the continuity matters by subsequent delivery of the advertisements with reference to the impact. As I said, no, if you take an example of television commercial or launching a product, initially the impact that the length of the commercial will be more. After a certain period of time, they will reduce the length of the commercial, and that will be the subsequent message where initially the message has reached the audience. So if an ad becomes a new audience, they will forget what said in the previous advertisements. So on the other hand, if you schedule your advertising properly, each subsequent ad will appear before the efforts have gone off from the previous advertising. So the previous advertising message will be accumulated with the audience, and if you have to be showing the new ad, then it will gain a cumulative effect. That's what they call in proper scheduling. That is the pattern of advertising has to be done for any advertising. So proper scheduling can provide continuity. Continuity is the pattern of advertising with the messages scheduled for maximum effect, where we can get the cumulative effect. So this also depends nothing to do with the audience. This has to do with the creative department or the media planners or the media producers. So what we have seen is the reach, frequency, impact, and continuity. If you want to buy more reach, what do you have to do? You have to buy more slots, or if you want to buy more space in the newspapers, or buy more slots in the any broadcasting channel or radio station, so which costs more money. So buying more reach in advertising costs more money. Similarly, buying more frequency also costs more money. Buying more impact. What is impact? The impact is related to the size, length, and use of color. This also costs more money. When you come to continuity, on the other hand, does not necessarily cost more money. Only the creative. It involves scheduling the optimal pattern of advertising, not necessarily buying more advertising. That is very important. So continuity doesn't involve with the cost of more money, where the other reach, frequency, impact cost more money. So the fifth basic concept in any media unit or media industry is is the recency. Recency is the idea that an advertising exposure is most potent when it occurs close to a purchase occasion. For some brands, arguably even one exposure placed at an optimal decision-making time can influence a purchase decision. Recency. There are, as we have seen in the media scheduling, a seasonal pulse, the erratic pulse, like the seasonal pulse. So the recency matters with respect to the purchase occasion, which is close to the purchase occasion, how often you are putting your message. So for some restaurants or some pizza restaurants, they advertise their delivery service late at night. When people staying up late are hungry and might not want to leave the house for something to eat, will be their target. So the recency, even for seasonal advertising messages also can be done. So that where their schedule can be made close to a purchase occasion. So I repeat. So these are the basic five basic concepts that underline most advertising for any media industry: reach, frequency, impact, continuity, and recency. Reach can be denoted in terms of numerical and percentage. Numerical is who is your with the households or the targeted audiences, how many numbers. 2.5 million households are 2.6 million of working women or adult women. The percentage is just out of out of the television households, how many percentage you want to target. So coming to frequency, or frequency, two kinds of frequency: insertion and exposure. Number of times you are showing your advertisement is frequency of insertion, and how many times they have seen or heard that advertisement is frequency of exposure. So for each and every media, like newspapers, magazines, radio, television, these reach and frequency can be calculated, which we will see in the later slides. The impact is the concept which is related to the message, the size, length, and usage of size of a print ad, length of a commercial, and usage of color. Continuity is the pattern of advertising, that is your scheduling of ad, which doesn't involve which doesn't cost more money. And finally is the recency, which is also a scheduling pattern where you have to schedule close to your purchase occasion. So after knowing these five basic concepts, after knowing these five basic concepts, we will get into the next topic, that is audience measures. As I said, for each and every media has its own factors to measure their audience with the terms of these five basic concepts. So the first audience measures is copies printed versus people in the audience. So print media, different media accumulate their audience in different ways. So in print media such as newspapers and magazines, the first part of the statistic is the actual number of publications distributed in circulation. So how you are going to measure your audience? That is, if you want to say roughly, it is an audience size. So actual number of publications distributed in circulation can be termed as the audience measure in print media. However, more than one person usually reads each copy of a publication. For example, most newspaper average 2 readers per copy. If you take magazines, such as people may have upwards of 8 readers per copy. So the total audience here is the circulation multiplied by the readers per copy. But for print media, we used to say the total number of publication can be termed as the circulation. So thus in the print media such as newspapers and magazines, the circulation is the number of copies printed, whereas audience is the number of persons who read those copies of the publication. Because if you want to attract more than one reader per copy, obviously of the publication, the number of the audience will be usually be larger than number of for circulation. But taking into an account the circulation is in print media, like newspapers and magazines, circulation is the number of copies printed. So if you take broadcast media, on the other hand, have no circulation measure. The audience is measured by a random sample of viewers or listeners. So even in internet also, there is no any circulation figure, but it is measured in a manner similar to that of broadcast with one single measurement that we will see in the later course. So this is with reference to the copies printed by the newspapers and magazines. The next audience measures is the accumulative audience. What is the accumulative audience? As we have just seen, numerical reach measures the size of your audience. As I said, no reach. Reach can be numerical as well as percentage. So, which tells you the size of your audience: 12.5 million households, 2.6 million male teens, adult women. So, but confusion can result between the reach for a single advertising insertion and the total reach for a series of advertisements for an entire campaign. So, here the confusion is what the confusion will come from. So, accumulative audience, with reference to accumulative audience, no, result is between the reach for a single advertising or a total reach of series of advertisement for an entire campaign. So that we have to calculate. So to reduce this confusion, the accumulative audience is also called cumulative audience. Is used to refer to the audience of a series of advertising placements or of an advertising campaign. So if you run a series of advertisements in a single media vehicle, the total number of audience members we have reached is the accumulative audience. The total number of people who are exposed to the advertising to be a combination of advertisements in a single media vehicle. If you are taking, for example, let's say you are running three advertisements in any newspapers like Times of India or the Hindu. There is a single media vehicle. So the accumulative audience is the total number of different people who have been exposed to your campaign in that single media vehicle. So each audience member is counted only once, no matter how many times he or she may have seen the advertising. So each audience member is here in the accumulative audience is counted only once. So that is what the accumulative audience in a single media vehicle has been chosen and the series of advertisement exposed to the audience member, which is known as accumulative audience. The second is the next is the unduplicated audience. Similarly, if you run your advertising in a combination of vehicles, the total audience size is called the unduplicated audience. Again, so this will be a little bit confusing, but keep track on the lecture. Then later you'll be knowing it very clearly. So the unduplicated audience is advertising in a combination of vehicles. So the total audience size is called the unduplicated audience. So again, each audience member is counted only once, no matter how many times they have heard or seen the advertisements. Counting a person again would inflate your unduplicated audience figures. Let's say if you are advertising in a magazine and on a news broadcast channel. As I said, combination because you have taken magazine also as well as news broadcast channel. Whether audience members see your advertising in time or hear it on the nightly news or both, they are each counted only once. So the unduplicated audience is very much like the accumulative audience. The difference is the difference is that the accumulative audience involves total number of people who are exposed to the advertising through a combination of advertisements in a single vehicle. Whereas the unduplicated audience is the total number of different people who are exposed do your advertising through a series of advertisements in a combination of vehicles. To put it in a brief, very easy to understand, accumulative is a single vehicle series of advertisement exposed in a single vehicle, and unduplicated audiences for the combination of vehicles. So these terms often misused in the advertising business when you are calculating the unduplicated audience and the accumulative audience. Such an error is not a big missed error, but keeping this very clear, no, which help avoid confusion and which helps to make a add efficiency and accuracy for your media plan. This the next will go to audience percentage measurements. So how you can measure the audience? So the terms rating and share are used to understand once how to measure the audience, because they began as broadcast terms. Using broadcast examples will be make easier to understand. So although both the terms deal with the percentage of audience members who are exposed to the advertising, each percentage is calculated as a portion of different population. So first, it will help to understand what is meant by television household in a media business. We used to have the television household media business. A household is a group of people who live together, often a family or a single person or a group of people living in a house. So living together is not the household. A television household is a household has an operating television set. That means this television set may be on or off, because the term operating means the receiving set works, not that is being used at any particular moment. Okay. Another common term is the households using television, HUT, abbreviated as HUT. It refers to television households with a set turned on as a percentage of all television households. Television who owns television in the house is a television household, TVHH, and household using television is it is set turned on. So even for radio also, the people using radio, PUR, is the where we can measure the audience for radio. So this is what the share, how to sharing and rating. And coming to rating, and see what is rating and sharing and how to measure the audience. So in television broadcasting, the rating refers to the person who see or hear a particular program station or network. So percentage of, excuse me, please hold on line. Please hold on line, please. Sorry, 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 students. There was a disturbance. Okay, let me come to the audience percentage measurements, rating and share. We will see how they rate a program and what is sharing in audience. Wait, okay. In television broadcasting, the rating refers to The person who see or hear a particular program, station or network, which is expressed as a percentage of all television households, whether they have a set on that moment or not. So the rating can be for a certain region or broadcast area, or it can be for the entire country. So rating is often referred as RTG, rating, and share. Again, using television broadcasting as an example, the share is those persons tuned to a particular program, station, and network as a percentage of all television households with sets turned on. So that is as percentage of households using television, hurt, as I said, no. So the share could be for the again the any particular geographic market or entire country. So rating is the television households which they have their television sets, and this sharing is the particular program, station, or network at the particular time sets turned on, and share is often abbreviated as SH. So both rating and share involve the same people, those turned to a particular program, station, or network at a particular time. Rating is those persons as a percentage of all the households with receiving sets, whether they are on or not at the particular time. And share is those same persons as percentage of all those with sets on at that moment. So let us say that there are 1 lakh television households in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. Suppose 60,000 of the households have their television sets on at 8 p.m. and 20,000 of those households are watching a particular station in Chennai. So the station's rating would be, what would be the station's rating and what would be the station's share? I'm repeating, 1 lakh television households in Chennai. 60,000 of those households have their television sets on at 8 p.m. and 20,000 of those households are watching a particular station in Chennai. So the television households, TVHH, is 1 lakh, and if you go with that 1 lakh, if you take the 20,000 households watching a particular station, then the rating would be 20%, and the sets on at that moment are not the 60,000 households will be would be the share. So that is 33%. So the station's rating would be 20% and its share would be 33%. So because the concept of rating and share are so useful, they have been applied to all types of media. In print, we cannot have the publication turned on or off at a particular time. So instead, we usually use the entire population. That means all the households as the sites of the potential audience. That's why the number of circulation and this number of copies printed. If, for example, a newspaper with a circulation of 25,000 in a market of 1 lakh households would have a 25% rating. So in print media, ratings are commonly discussed as the coverage. So rating is likely to be applied to all media because rating is a more useful concept for advertisers than share. Share tells how well a media vehicle competes with other vehicles in that marketplace, which is most useful to the broadcaster. Rating tells how the time or space segment fares with the total potential audience in that marketplace. So the share is for the broadcaster or publisher, and rating would tell you the give benefit for the market people. Okay, so the targeted people. So these terms apply to the particular time segment with a commercial runs or any particular print segment where an advertisement appears. So rating and sharing are two important terms to be taken into account for while preparing a media plan or media budget. So again, I am repeating the example. For example, if there are 1 lakh television households in Chennai,
60,000 of those households have their television sets on at 8 p.m. and 20,000 of those households are watching a particular station. So the rating would be 20%. That means out of 1 lakh television households, 20,000 are tuned to that particular station. So that is the rating would be 20%. The share is out of 1 lakh, that's 60,000. 60,000. That is in that 60,000 on television sets on, 20,000 are watching. So that is the 33%. So this rating helps to find the time or space segment fares with the total potential audience, and the share will tells you the which is most useful for the broadcast or the publisher. If we clear with the rating and sharing, we will move on to the next, combining reach and frequency of audience totals. So that is gross rating points, because reach and frequency are so important. It makes sense that a figure combining both reach and frequency would be useful. We have two such combination figures: gross rating points and target rating points. So sum of these rating points is measured as gross rating points. For example, if if you're running 5 advertisements a week on a television network and the ratings look like this, see the right side of the slide, 5 advertisements, spot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're running 5 advertisements a week on a television network and the ratings look like this. It is a percentage. They mentioned it in the percentage: 11, 8, 12, 10, 9. They mentioned it here in the rating in a percentage reach. So we have run 5 spots for a total of 50 GRP. So 5 is the frequency and 10 is the average rating or average percentage reach. So thus our 50 GRP gives us average of 10% reach, or an average rating of 10 combined with frequency of 5. So reach multiplied by frequency produces gross rating points. Reach, that is given denoted in the percentage, into frequency, how many times? 5 times, which gives you GRP. Here the percentage 50 into 5 will gives you the GRP. So as advertising media planners, we are often more concerned about how will we cover our target audience, how will we cover the total audience. So target audience, total audience, which includes even people who are not even their prospective customers. So we can apply the concept of GRP, gross rating points, to figure the target points. If you have targeted correctly and selected the media that will go to those markets, our figure will be higher than our gross rating points. So gross rating point is a reach as a percentage multiplied by frequency produces the gross rating points. The second measure of audience, where by combining reach and frequency, is the total audience impressions. So reach and frequency can also be combined into a single figure using total audience impression. But here you have to use it, the reach, in terms of numerical reach. Whereas the gross rating points, we have taken it in a percentage reach. Here we have to take the reach in a numerical reach instead of percentage reach. So let us have the same example with audience number instead of ratings. So you have taken the 5 spots and the number of people, millions of people it has reached. Here the reach is mentioned in the numerical mode. So we have a frequency of 5, but now with an average of 25 million audience. In the previous case, it was a 50 gross rating points with an average of 10 average rating point. Here, 25 million audience. So average numerical reach is 25 million. So the total audience impression gives us both numerical reach and frequency in a single figure. That is 25 million reach into 5 frequency gives 125 million total audience impressions. So reach multiplied by frequency produces total audience impressions. Reach, that is R, reach in numbers into frequency will give you total audience impression. So some people get confused by the fact that the reach multiplied by frequency can produce both GRP and TAI. For gross rating points, reach in percentage multiplied by frequency will give you gross rating points. Here in coming to total audience impressions, reach in numbers multiplied by frequency, which gives you total audience impression. So to make it very simple, to key to remember that reach as a percentage produces GRP, whereas reach as a number produces TAI. So the term impression is used to represent every time a piece of advertising is seen or heard. So audience impression is more important. So this gross audience measurement, the gross rating points and total audience impression plays a major role in measuring your audience. So for this total audience impression and gross rating points, the reach and frequency helps us to calculate this uh, measurement. So with this, when going to media cost comparison, so in selecting media that is the reaching our target must judge how efficient the media are, often comparing the cost of one media vehicle with another on the basis of cost efficiency. So what they're taking it here, no, total impressions as one media standard. Okay, so because cost vary so much from one medium to another, it is not as like similar for all the media and media vehicles. So it varies from one medium to another. So these cost companies are usually made for one vehicle versus another, not one medium versus another. So only a person who is highly skilled and experienced in selecting and comparing the media uses this cost comparison to compare with another medium. So because it is difficult to know whether a full page color advertisement in a national magazine is equivalent to a 30-second network television commercial or a 60-second commercial on a radio. So it is safest then not to use these cost comparison figures for intermedia comparison. So media as a one media standard, total impressions as one media standards. We have gone through the total impressions from the dimensions of reach and frequency. When the media frequency is not in our control, without having the limit, the internet, like after the internet, the gross impressions were a nice number that marketer used as a sales tools. Up with this internet, many brand managers use these terms to sell their grocery in the food chain market. So the internet has made total impressions a more meaningful number and one that is looked with the greater scrutiny. So what technique can help to know the total impressions as a one media standard for internet is the search engine marketing. So search engine marketing is reported by the total impressions. So other online media such as the placements in video games and text messages in mobile phone are sold by only the total impressions. So the total impressions as one media standard is used in the internet online media advertising. So listed out some of the types of cyber advertisements: banner ads, rich media ads, for example animated pop-up ads, interstitials which appear in a separate browser or streamed, superstitials same as interstitial but cached file where you have to go there and visit. So these are the technical terms. These types of cyber advertisements are you will tell you the how much cost and how much the audience can be measured. So these are everything is an algorithm where the search engine marketing will help you to report the total impressions, video banners, web commercials, advertorials, information. So there are different types of cyber advertisements are available. So I think today is little bit overloaded with some calculations and formula. So we will summarize what we have seen today. So in this session, we have discussed the measurement of media in terms of reach and frequency, as well as the total impression. So audience measurement and media vehicle and the advertising unit. So the concept that underline media advertising, how the audience can be measured with the gross rating points and total audience impressions. The percentage into frequency will give you the gross rating point, and the numerical reach multiplied by the frequency will give the total audience impressions, and the cost comparison of the media and various how what is reach and what are the five concepts of advertising which involves in the media business, and the measurement of media in terms of reach and frequency as well as total impressions. So with this, we'll stop today's session. So let me you can expect some sort of activities to calculate the households total audience impression and gross rating points for your activity. So that's I am giving telling it in advance. So this after this class you can expect what you say a calculation based activity for this program. So if you have any questions, you can ask. So everybody in the line. Arun Prashant, Ramakrishnan is there. No questions. Why? Okay. No. No, if you have any questions also, you can post it on the Moodle course page. Later, after going, I'm going to upload. I'm going to